Hey y'all. Well, I guess I've gotten pretty good at rambling, but we'll try to get all the thoughts in my head out tonight. A quick disclaimer. Last time I did a video, my phone is a little goofy and it shut down in the middle of roll call. So if we lose you, I guess that's what it'll be. But I'll try to hurry it up and not ramble too bad. But I was looking through memories on Facebook today, and I guess today was the day 3 years ago that I made the journey back to this old home place. Saw some goofy picture about me beside the U-Haul. Mom was alive. We pulled up to this place, I guess it was about midnight, and just kind of parked the U-Haul, and the journey commenced tomorrow, 3 years ago. I saw some posts on Facebook about people remembering the screen door at their grandma's. So for those of a certain age, I'm going to do you a favor real quick. Y'all just listen a second. Now, the screen's in disrepair, but y'all watch this. Well, that's good stuff. I remember walking out that back door on that first morning. I was kind of in a state of shock. I had a visit from a friend today that reminded me of that, and that's a good thing. She was one of the benchmarks at that old green roof in Waco, Texas. They like to call it Cabela's. I guess it's sold to Bass Pro Shop, but doesn't change the family atmosphere that happens when you open a new store in retail or a new business. Some of y'all might relate to that, but Miss Vivian and her husband, Kenneth, came and visited today. And what a dear friend and what good memories. And I guess over the 3-year journey that I've been here, first 6 months or so was full of memories and just soaking it in and remembering coming out that old screen door as a child. And remember Meemaw standing on that back stoop trying to find us in the pasture as we, not up to nothing wrong, but just wanting to get away. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But we did, and we grew. But today it kind of hit me as I walked Miss Vivian across the place and her husband and got hooked by DW, the one that is not aggressive as long as you're holding a stick, but I made a misstep and picked up Marshmallow. I guess he didn't like it and he put me on the ground, but we recovered. He's a goat. That's what he does. That's okay. He's doing his job. But all the memories of 3 years ago kind of washed back today as I walked them through the house and told them the history. Some of y'all that have come maybe a little later, this whole house was built in 1918, so it's over 100 years old. My family acquired it in 1945. Kenneth is a woodworker. He appreciates nostalgia and wood and the craftsmanship of it, and it hit home with him. Real estate market's out of control. They're looking at relocating from Waco, their home for many years, via Washington, and moving back toward Huntsville. Kind of ironic how circles cross and intersect, as I was raised in Huntsville. But dear friends, I think sometimes we don't realize, maybe you do, maybe you should, but as you go into these retail establishments across the nation, there are people that make those wheels turn. You might not see them as they're behind the curtains, if you will, making sure when that partner, associate, or employee looks up that item that you're looking for, that it shows that it's in stock and they've preserved the inventory to make sure that it is. Vivian was one of those people. I ran the warehouse for a little while there at Cabela's. There's an inside joke to that one. But thing about opening a store for a company, it's about family. And I think hopefully the statute of limitations has worn off on my time with Cabela's. Dang sure don't want to go back. Good company as it is, but the number crunchers get control of any business, as they should. But it's about family, that camaraderie, and I guess that's kind of what set me apart. I bucked the grain, and maybe you shouldn't, but I'll lay my head down one day and call this race done, satisfied, knowing that when that call came in from corporate for a quick Zoom meeting or board meeting, or an employee that had just lost their dog or having a bad day, I didn't take the corporate call. That's what life's about. I think the quicker we realize that, the better off we win the game, right? But they came and saw the farm. Man, what a visit. It was so cool seeing true souls. I think it's been probably 5-6 years since I've seen her and her husband. But, all the memories washed back, and perfect day to do it. Talking about memories, I'm out here in the goat pen. I got busy today, and this is an area that gets overlooked. When I fenced it in, there was a lot of privet hedge. Some of y'all will know what that is. Let me show you a quick little glimpse of it. It looked like that when I fenced it in. Of course, anybody that's had goats know that that doesn't last very long, and the greenery disappears and the tree rubs begin, right? But just a lot of spindly sticks out here, so I got busy and cut them down. I've got a little area to forage tonight. But the memory kicked in when I started trimming an old oak tree and a pine tree there by the chicken coop, one that you couldn't even see when I got here 3 years ago. But it was time to kind of dress it up a little bit because it's rubbing the top of the tractor, and that's just not good. So I trimmed it up, but we don't waste anything on the farm. Just don't do that. And the goats love that new growth on the oaks and even the pine, believe it or not. So I took all the oak limbs and put them around the goat pen. They like a little challenge, so you just don't throw it on the ground. And hung them up. And what they'll do for me on the next, I imagine by tomorrow afternoon, there won't be a leaf on any of these limbs, and I'll be able to throw it in the burn pile and get rid of it and save on feed. Made him a little playground, and DW's loving it. He wants me to know he is the king of the rock. Yep. Old goofball. He don't really come at me necessarily unless I turn my back too hard on him. But we have an understanding. Usually he wins until I get mad enough, or persnickety, as my wildflower down in Georgetown would say. That's what we'll go with. More of a flower than wild, but cool story there. I'll leave it alone for tonight. But yep, they're doing their job, and I'm doing mine. Giving them a little greenery to munch on among the goat pellets. But that'll save on a little feed. They wasn't roaming the garden today because they were full of oak leaves and pine needles. The babies are doing good. They've graduated to a little milk and more forage, as they would. They're right at a month old now, I guess. Well, I thought I was going to hair-lip the devil and beat the moon phase on this old garden. Yeah, you can try, but normally it doesn't work out real well. But let me flip it around real quick. Well, if I can. Here we go. All right, so we've got chickens on here for the little bit till those sticks. Of course, I just conceded that. They scratched up, and the rain did a little job on the peas. planted there. But as you can see, peas are coming up there. They're about 3 weeks old, 4 weeks old. So I staggered the crops so I wouldn't have to pick them all on the same day. These were planted, I guess, a week later against the moon by a good week. The moon wasn't right. It was a barren time. And as you can see, look at all those pretty peas, or not. Yeah, good luck with bucking the system. God has a piece of the universe for a reason, right? So, planted with the right cycle. Oh, got it the wrong way. Let's do it again. All right, with the right cycle. Right cycle. Wrong cycle. Same pea seed. You do the math. Apparently, I thought I was smarter than the moon. I feel like I'm almost as old as the moon. So we're going to do a little replanting tomorrow. Now, the 25th of April was the last day to plant above ground crops. But I thought I'd just do it because I could. And you see how that worked out. 2 days off, not really concerned about that. A week off, yeah. Pay attention, folks. Believe it or not, there are things bigger than us, aren't there? Skill, knowing your lane, doing it right. Saw a story about a heart surgeon and a mechanic. They'd been trading each other for years. Of course, obviously the heart surgeon was frequenting the mechanic more than the mechanic was frequenting the heart surgeon, but made me chuckle. Heart surgeon pulled up his car for his regular monthly service. The mechanic, who wasn't that wealthy but had a good business, took the regular customer's car in, and they got to talking like they always did. And he said, "You know what I can't figure out, Mr. Surgeon, doctor? Come in here and bring that car." And I thought about it. I can break that engine down, get into the inner workings of it, fix the pistons, fix the mechanics of it, and make it run again. Yet, you make 10 times more than I do as a heart surgeon, doing basically the same thing on a human. Why is that? Heart surgeon thought about it a minute. He said, "You know what, you're right. But have you ever tried to do it while it's running?" Different skill sets, right? Vivian stopped by with her husband today and reminded me that we can only do what we can do. And those were some kind of rough years back at Cabela's. The old quote says, "When you're happy, you understand the music. When you're sad, you hear the lyrics." Those were some sad years, but how cool is it that she recognized that life is seasons stacked on top of each other in a progression. If we'll just hold on, life will get better, as it has for me, for sure. She saw me shed many tears in a life valley on that old forklift trying to keep that store running. But her comment to me today was how happy and how much life has changed. I did kind of quip that all of us have taken different paths and are on different courses. I would have probably, at Cabela's so many years ago, been voted the least likely farmer with turkeys and goats. But here we are. And she said, "You know what? You look happier than you've ever been." And she's right. Thanks to a blessed heritage and the love of a wildflower that has bloomed for so long. But we won't get mushy tonight. Hey, let me try to do a quick roll call if the battery will hold this time. And I can figure out this new algorithm. And we'll call it a night. How's that? All right. set it on this old pecan tree and scroll back up and see what we got going on here. Okay, there's a lot of comments. I'm going to do my best. All right. There's Marie saying hi. My good buddy Donna out Huntsville Way saying wild man. Oh, there's a root there, Joel. Just found it. I'll know that tomorrow. Hey, there's Ray. What's going on, buddy? Matt saying what's up? How are you out in Waco town? Sharon has got a lot of emojis on that post. Looks like sunflowers and corn and goats and I see them. I don't know if I can interpret all of them. All right, let's see. There's Donna. How are you this evening, ma'am? Let's see. Matt says, remember when you left Robinson was a sad time for me. Well, same here. I was Matt's tree climber. I didn't have enough sense to worry about it, so I ain't 130 soaking wet, and you give me a rope and a saw, and I'm up a tree quick. Matt, don't call me. I don't know if I still got that in me, brother. Yeah, I do. Anyway, all right, let's see who else is on here. David, still hear my grandma's screen door slap closed after I ran out to have fun on the farm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's Miss Joanne, catching you live for a change. Man, that's a good friend that connected through the music industry and then through the washboard. Yep, good stuff. There's Diana. Howdy, Joel and friends. My good buddy Chris. Man, so many memories with Mr. Ramos. We didn't call him Chris, he was Ramos. That's the Best Buy man for real. He knows what I'm talking about. Speaking of Best Buy, I remember when we opened up Texarkana, opened up Lufkin, and that's back when Brad Anderson was the CEO. And in one of those upper level management meetings, we was talking about things and attitude, and I'll never forget this. Funny how goofy stuff just sticks with you. But the speaker was telling us how Brad greeted the stockholders each day, because it was a very volatile market back in those days, and you couldn't tip your hand whether things were doing good or doing bad. But his response every day, when they would ask him how the company was doing, he would just simply say, unbelievable. It can mean anything. It can mean unbelievably bad or unbelievably good, but that was his standard response. I'll never forget that. So as I walk through life, no matter how bad it is or how good it is, how are you today? Unbelievable. Right? Why not? I mean, it works. It works both ways. Love you, Chris. Thanks for checking in, Bo. Let's see. There's Bill from Montgomery, Texas. I'm scrolling with one hand. My arm's getting tired. Sorry, y'all. Kathy saying evening blessings. How are you, ma'am? Lisa Doherty Walking Stick. Howdy from Dallas Oak Cliff, Texas. Good to see you on. Glenda's saying good afternoon to you too. There's Miss Melinda. Hello, it's Nebraska. Stop. Just stop. Love you, woman. There's Patricia from North Carolina. Yep, good friend there. My friend Andrew from Interlachen, Florida. Look at there, I remember, bro. Let me read it here. The back door is always the busiest. That's right. As we track through life, there are some good folks that you keep on. Man, I can't click see more. I'll have to check that out later. Good thought, I'm sure, from Andrew. Scrolling. There's Miss Tammy from South Carolina. It's getting dark quick here, y'all. Beautiful spring day. Just aggravated those peas didn't come up. Teach me to try to figure it out. I'm going to do it my way. Lord, you just sit up there. I got this. That He put laws into place for a reason. You need to learn them and maybe abide by them. There's Miles. Good evening, Joel from Arlington, Texas. Bless you too, brother. Appreciate your post every morning. I'm scrolling. There's Miss Rhonda. How are you, ma'am? Down Houston way. Miss Charlotte's on from Trinity, Texas. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you checking us out. My good buddy Manuel I've got some plant starters, but actually probably seed starters. I don't even want to know. My good buddy Mason Hayes, man, he is rocking it out. Took the plunge, went out on his own, putting music down, got a family started, bought a house. That was another one of those that I was privileged to serve under that old green roof. You know, it's funny about corporate. I've done it all my life. I like farming a whole lot better. I'm broker than I ever was, but my soul's good. But you know, that's the thing about it. I said I wasn't going to get into this tonight, but here's a little life hack for those of you working retail. They're not going to understand you, not the good ones. You just got to make it through it. There are a few companies, and usually they get off track, but when you understand the power is in those around you, hiring the good ones, you don't have to know it all. Hire good people, lift people up, make them feel important from your heart, and care about them, and you'll make millions. But the minute you try to make millions on the backs of people, it ain't happening. It might happen for a little while, but it ain't gonna last long. I've seen it too many times. But what do I know? All I've got is a bunch of goats and chickens and peas growing on some of the rows because I tried to do the corporate thing and plant them out of sync. Okay, I'm stopping. I'm gonna let that go. Dang you, Mason, why'd you do that? There's my good buddy Lewis out of Waco. Let's see, there's Christy checking in from Lowry Crossing. Donna, love and light, friend. Donna from big old Anna, Texas. That's all right. Miss Jean's checking in. Hear the music. That's good stuff. Hey, y'all check out my buddy Mason Hayes. He's got a Facebook page, and he just doing life like it should be. That's good stuff. There's Charlotte, West Tennessee. Yes, yes, sir. Mr. Lewis talking about it. Remember when it came into HEB? Man, that is what's good about Texas. I'm gonna say it. HEB. You can't. That's just. I worked for them too for a while back in my young years. But all that aside, that's the store. Good to see you, buddy. I'm trying to stop rambling and get this done, y'all. I'm sorry. Charlotte Taylor, my mother's name was Donna. She's from Texas. That's cool. There's Hi from New Jersey. There's my buddy Jimmy. He's doing big things with Texas Radio 1. Jimmy and I went to church together. He was kind of like, well, no, he was my brother. We've traveled many miles working together. He taught me how to play the drums. No, I'm sorry, Jimmy. You tried to teach me how to play the drums. There, I'll let you off with that. But got a voice like Ronnie Henson, or Kenny Henson, actually. He's doing big things with Texas Radio 1, preserving Texas country music. And it's both of our passions, but love that man. He's still family to me. Sure is. Good to see you checking in, bro. Let's see. Man, we'll have pictures. It's called Show and Tell. I'm scared of you, bro. I'm scared of you. Yep. Thursday makes 20 for me at the Blue Box. It's all God's grace that got me here. Yes, sir, Chris. Man, can't even express. I won't do it publicly, but you're a good man. You show Christ every day. You've been through stuff that people would die from. But love you, bro. We don't always agree on everything politically, but there you go. Does it matter? Nope. Not in the big scheme of life. Because we're humans first. Y'all need to understand that. Stop all this goofiness on Facebook trying to pull somebody over to your side. It ain't going to happen. You might have a chance on the front porch with a glass of sweet tea, but it ain't happening on Facebook. We're idiots. Need to learn to be understanding. All right, there I go again. Chris, that's twice. All right, there's Andrew from Vermont. Charlotte Taylor made it Walmart for 39 years. That's awesome. That is awesome. Mason, love you, bro. Love you much. There's my good buddy Coco Chris out in Louisiana. What a tragedy has happened off the Louisiana coast with Secor and the lift boat. And y'all know some folks with boats in a little time, sitting there drawing a stimulus check. Maybe they can head down that way and help with the search and rescue. That's tough stuff. Yep. Love you for what you're doing, girl. There's John from Fort Worth. Whisper up a prayer for my Jay. Yep, another one lost, but they're gonna find them. Jimmy, stop. I'm trying to wrap this up. You can't be laughing out loud on my dang live, bro. Shayna, love you, Joel. Thanks for the inspiration and heart. So glad you're happy and found your lost love. Yep, it's can't even get there. Love you too, brother. Let's see. All right, I think I got them wrapped up. I'm not gonna look again. Kinda. That'll look. That'll look. Oh my goodness, the chicken coop's still open. So we're gonna do a little wing clipping tonight. That's right. I got 5 chickens that are killing me on this garden. I don't know how they can find those pea seeds an inch down, but they can. And it's just 5 of them, and I know which ones they are. I see y'all in there roosting. Turkey told them. So we're going to take a little scissors. They got 2 options. One is get their wings clipped and stay in this coop for a week until I can get those plants sprouted. Or 2, I can have all y'all over for a all-you-can-eat chicken Sunday buffet. So I'm going to go with option 1 for now. But if them idiots still get out in that garden digging up my seeds, what's bad about it is you think, oh, they got to eat. Oh, they're eating fine. They are. When I come off that porch and they're out there in the garden like a little toddler, they know they're doing wrong. It ain't instinct. They know they're doing wrong. As soon as I come off that porch, they go to running. They're like, oh, here he comes. We're doing wrong. We got to get out of the garden. Well, we're going to fix that tonight. I got a pair of clippers in that house with their name on it, or their wings name on it. So they're gonna have a rude awakening in the morning when they try to fly over the roof of that chicken coop. There ain't but 6 of them doing it. Rest of them behaving, loving life, eating worms. But these little old rascals, we got to fix that tonight. So sunset, they're roosted down. Easy pickings. Y'all have a good evening. Be the light. And do something positive. We can. Even if it's dark on the porch. Love y'all. Talk to you later.